guys are all doing really well. So let's turn this around. I was inspired today to do a reading about yourself. All right. So that's what this whole thing is intended for. I'm hoping it comes across well. A lot of my readings are always focused on love, on relationships, on your journey with them, what to do about a situation. Today, Sunday, I really wanted to take a moment to do a reading about how to live this life with the most important person in your world, which is you. So if you're interested in watching this reading today and learning a little bit more about yourself and what Spirit wants to tell you, then you're in the right spot. If you're looking for a reading about you and another person and what's up with them, this is not the reading today. Okay, so this is just a self-reading. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Love you. Let me see if I can put this down just a bit. I think my camera's really high. Really, really high. All right. Okay. That's a little better. Okay. All right. Spirit, please direct me in my thoughts today for a reading for the perfect person who's watching, who finds this message at the right time, the right spot, and they need to hear this for them. What is that message going to be for that person that needs to know about self? Show me through these cards the journey through self, which is the tarot, but reveal to me a much more deep meaning, a much more deep message through the fire. What is being transformed with this person? What is being transformed? Show me the self. Show me the self. Show me the self today. Cleanse my mind, my spirit, and my aura in this room. All right, I feel good. Oops. Okay. All right, guys, let's do it. Let's get into the self. I have a few different decks picked out for this reading, so I'm super excited. Spirit, what do you want to tell self? What do you want to tell self? Bottom of the deck, Queen of Air in reverse. Thank you, Maria Furtado, for the beautiful $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So the Queen of Air is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And that may be you, okay? That may be your sign, whether it's a sun, a moon, an ascendant rising, or possibly your Jupiter or your Venus, okay? But a lot of this just has to do with you personally, okay? This is about you personally. And the Queen of Air in reverse is not in a good position. She's not thinking clearly, and he can be a she, all right? Or she can be a he, rather. But the Queen of Air is not thinking clearly. She's not making healthy decisions. She's not using her intuition. As you see, she has a owl next to her. She's supposed to always follow her intuition, listen to her inner voice, her guidance, her common sense. But with her in reverse, I have to say it's not looking like she is following any of that. She may even be a bit, just a tad, jaded or bitter or upset or feeling slighted, okay? There might be some anger underneath all of that. The card that you have is the Empress. And it wasn't in reverse, I just flipped it a different way. but it was not in reverse. Anyways, it's the Empress, and this describes you, okay? Male or female, the energy of the self is about deep divine healing, power and authority, the ability to heal and grow and nurture, to bring something from another realm into this realm. It's about bringing thoughts and ideas, desires and creativities into this existence. And the only one that can do that is the Empress. So you are loving, you are nurturing, you're caregiving, you're a healer, and you're a very strong divine feminine, okay? But you're lacking in logic right now. You're lacking in maybe vision, or you feel like you can't communicate. There are times where you feel you can't communicate how you feel and what you think. You feel a little bit out of control with that element. So I'm going to read this to you guys because I think this book is gorgeous. They're short, they're not long. Queen of Air, setting healthy boundaries. This is her upright, okay? Setting healthy boundaries, having a strong self-esteem, calculated and shrewd decisions, clear communication, well organized, and a wordsmith. She says things like, I have clarity of purpose. My intentions are in alignment with my understanding. Can I let go of false truths and be rigorously honest with myself and others? That's who she is upright. But in reverse, it's the obvious. I have no clarity of my purpose. My intentions are not in alignment with my understanding. There is not feeling like there's a strategy in this game called life. I don't have healthy boundaries. My self-esteem is low. I'm not making calculated, good, strong, shrewd decisions. I can't communicate clear for some reason, and I feel disorganized. I also can't seem to put my words to paper or seem to put my words out, period. Okay, so that's that card. Do you feel disorganized? And remember, this is not an attack on you. A lot of you guys are doing well in your life. Your home looks beautiful. Your work is good. Life is feeling great. Remember, this is the tarot, so it's about the unseen. I'm not talking about disorganization in your home, although that could be a thing. I'm talking about disorganized in your thoughts, disorganized in your words, those kinds of things, okay? And that's kind of the energy of what's going on with you right now. If you are a very strong earth sign and you cannot relate to an air sign, whether in Vedic or tropical, in your sun, your moon, or your rising, then this may not be the reading for you, okay? But if you do, and even if you're not an air sign, maybe you're going to resonate with the Empress, which is Cancerian, Libra, or Taurus, okay? So I'm going to read her. And she's upright, so that's good. So it says here, this is a wonderful time for you to give birth to new ideas, new experiences. It's a time to nourish your soul, and nourishment is assured as I, the Empress, steps into a new version of myself. My life is rich and ripe with possibility that I can manifest and create. I am a powerful co-creator, and life loves me right now.
Why are you walking? You've been walking all day.
Anyways, my world is brimming with potential and infinite possibility that will manifest for the highest good. I like that because it says you are a powerful co-creator. You powerfully co-create your reality. Spirit's going to come part of the way, but the rest of your environment and experience is all you. And so it's you being a new person. You are being given a rebirth of yourself. And that's really what's coming out to the forefront. You are being reborn, person. You are transforming into a beautiful butterfly. Bottom of the deck is trust. And the top of the deck here is indecision. So I think you're not very sure that you can trust yourself. Thank you, XO. Steph, can we do messages from ancestors and spiritual gifts? Yes, most definitely. Okay. So indecision says, your soul is spirit manifested in this spiritual dimension. Did you know that? Even though you may feel limited in the constraints of your body, your connection to the infinite wisdom of the universe is always available to you in the form of intuition. You are never alone when making a decision. Spirit only wants what's best for you and your soul. By listening to your inner voice, you will always be guided to the proper outcome. All you have to do is ask. The expectations of others is just an illusion. You were not born to listen to fear. You were taught to listen to fear. I want you to breathe and visualize any decision in your life as a simple fork in the road. How does your body react when you imagine your travels down each path? At first glance, it may look easier to traverse, but the destination may cause anxiety and a heavy heart. And that may be the first path, the one that looks the easiest. More simple, more flat, more laid out. There's not very many rocks. It's simple, it's smooth, and it's surrounded by trees. It looks sunny. Looks like a nice path. But think, it may cause you anxiety or pain. Now, if you look on the other side of the path, it may be rocky. It may have some shadows, some depth, some hills. It may even have a rough curve up ahead, or you may have to travel over a mountain on that path. But that destination may feel lighter and more calm. When you silence your mind, listen to your intuition, because that simple intuition is a compass, and it's going to make you feel more drawn to one way. That's the signpost. It's not always obvious, and that's why when we make decisions, we should close our eyes and feel our way through it instead of think our way through it. Which, by the way, this is very Two of Swords. And by the looks of these cards, the Queen of Air and the Empress, and one is like yin and one is yang, it does feel like the Two of Swords because one is very different than the other. Excuse me, my sinuses. So anyways, I'm going to get some more cards here. Spirit, please guide me in a message for self. Show me what we need to focus on. What is it the focus that we should be focusing on in self? I feel there's two, so I'm going to take it. One, is be flexible. You need to be more flexible. So this gives me two different kinds of messages. One, Stretch. You don't have to go do full blown out yoga, but stretch. Okay, stretch your bones, your bodies, your muscles, your neck, your back. I need you to stretch. I also need you to be more flexible in your schedule. Leave things open for surprise. Don't keep everything so hunched down and planned. Also, be flexible to the universe. There's going to be bumps in the road and ups and downs. It's not going to be smooth. I need you to be willing to work with the universe when things feel a little bit weird. The next one I grabbed is blowing a dandelion. And this says, set your intention. So I'm going to need you guys to set your intention on what it is you want. A specific goal. And I can tell you the best goal to have is I want to be happy. If your goal is to be happy, and that is your intention, you're going to write down lots of things that make you happy. But the trick is, I don't want you to pick something like, I want to spend more time with my mom, or my brother, or my sister, or my lover. Not those kinds of happy. Little things in life that make you happy. Blowing a dandelion, getting your nails done, going on a walk, having a milkshake, making tacos on Taco Tuesday, binge watching your favorite show, writing a book, reorganizing, cleaning, doing your hair and makeup. Those could be all on the list, okay? But I want you to set your intention for things that make you feel good and make you feel happy. If a big cup of coffee with the right amount of cream makes you happy, do it. It doesn't have to be big and it doesn't have to cost you anything. I just want you to start setting your intention every single day to be happy. Someone said, okay, Margaret's tilling a garden. There you go. Listening to music. Guys, it doesn't take rocket science to figure out what makes you happy. You know what it is. The trick is to start doing it. Okay, so set your intentions. I'm tired of my nose being stuffed. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I put mentholatum on my nose. You think that would help? I think I need to get a humidifier in my house. It might be too much incense and candles. That's making me stuffed. Okay. All right. So the next cards that come out for the self is you're feeling overwhelmed. There might be so much on your plate. Guys, no lie, I just did a calendar for the family for the month of February, and I didn't even have enough room to write in my square. I didn't even have enough room. It was so full, and I'm like, well, I need to get some stickies, put some side notes on these days. There's just a lot, and sometimes even I don't realize maybe I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Maybe that's why I snap sometimes. Maybe that's why I cry. Maybe that's why I don't want to leave my bed or get out of the bath because I'm overwhelmed. Sometimes what I'm trying to say is your life may not look overwhelming to other people, and that's not their business, but it may feel overwhelming to you. I don't care if you have 5 things to do or 50 things to do for the day. It shouldn't matter the number on the list. If you feel overwhelmed, you need to honor your body. There's no reason that you should push yourself. If you're going through a grieving or you're going through a body transformation or a healing, you should listen to your body. And when your body needs rest or sleep or laziness or just quiet time or a cup of coffee, by God, you listen to it. Because otherwise, it doesn't matter what you have going on, you're going to feel overwhelmed because you can only do what your body says you can do, okay? Bottom of the deck here is I'm so happy mask. So you are wearing a happy face, but you're really not. And I'm not saying you're the opposite and you're miserable and you're just so depressed and unhappy, although some of you, it may very well mean, yes, you are miserable. You are very much unhappy. But for some people, it may not be that extreme. For some people, it may just be, I act really happy and excited about life when really I'm kind of down in the dumps. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling encouraged. I'm not feeling excited. I'm not feeling inspired. It may not be that you're miserable, but it may just be you're just not inspired and you're not feeling life right now. So that's the I'm so happy mask. I'm going to get some tarot about your situation here with the Sun and the Moon tarot, which is one of my little faves. It's a very cute little tarot in a cute little tin. I recommend this cute little deck for you guys. Spirit, please bless these cards and give me a message for self. Spirit, tell me what you see. Aw, Spirit, I love you. Spirit sees the Lovers card in reverse. So here's a picture of the Lovers, and it's in reverse. Okay? Spirit is such a loving father and such a loving mother. Like any father and mother, Spirit cares about your happiness. Spirit cares about you having a partner. Spirit cares about you feeling loved. Okay, Spirit is divine masculine and divine feminine. He's both. He's not just one male energy. He is both female and male. He embodies the yin and the yang, light and dark, the moon and the sun. That represents Spirit, our creator, our source. And what he sees more than anything right now is you're very unhappy, or just somewhat unhappy, because your personal relationship with a personal someone is not going well. A lot of you guys are in a separation, or you are just single. And yes, there's some people in this world that don't want a relationship at all. And that's okay. I'm not saying you need someone by any means. But Spirit didn't make yin without yang. He didn't make the sun without the moon. And he didn't make masculine without the feminine. And so even if you are okay and happy single, somebody may be feeling overwhelmed because you're doing everything alone. Maybe you're a single parent. Maybe you're a parent in a toxic relationship and you're pulling all the weight. Okay? Maybe you're just a partner that does all the work and the other partner reaps the benefits. Maybe you don't have a partner at all. But what Spirit is saying, he created Adam and Eve, okay? Adam could handle the garden all by himself. He was doing it all, but he was lonely. And he saw that Adam saw all the animals in the garden had a partner. And Adam did not have someone like him to be his partner. And although Adam was friends with the lion, and he was friends with the bear, and he was friends with the goats and the sheep and the tigers and all that cool stuff, he was getting along with all the different animals and creatures. He did not have his perfect mate. And what Spirit is saying is we are created to have a mate. And so if you are doing bad all by yourself, that's beautiful and good for you. But it may be causing you to feel overwhelmed. And it's okay to acknowledge that. Sorry. It's okay to feel like you wish you had someone to do a lot of these things with. Yes? Watch the chords.
Mama,
Yeah.
I want to show a form of it goes.
Well, You need to plug it in the charger on the bed.
I don't want to wait for like 4 hours.
You're gonna have to wait. Guys, give me a second. Let me just get him settled and I'll be right back. Let's go. Where's my silver phone?
I don't know.
Yeah, guys. Looking for a phone here. Well, that's not good. I just found it. Now I can't find it again. Well, Matthew, if I can't find it, I can't plug it in. Well, I can't find it now. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Okay. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and read this just from the little book and see what it says. See if it has a reversal. And it doesn't. But I'm just going to read what the book says here anyways. The Lover's card is linked with Gemini. It's associated with arts and crafts. It represents relationships that are important for personal growth and development. Here, everything appears in pairs, the synthesis of duality. This black and white couple embodies faithfulness and yin-yang duality. The children bring frankness, curiosity, and playfulness like the Gemini. Cupid gives a blessing for passion and compassion. The open arch denotes unlimited potential and unrestrained feelings. The wand is fire, trust and intuition. The sword is air, convictions and ideas. The cup is water, follow the heart. The flower is earth, do as your heart tells you. The alchemical egg with the snake symbolizes the transformative power of relationships. And I like that they said the transformative power of relationships. And I think that has everything to do with this reading. The relationships that you've been in and been successful or unsuccessful, they've all brought you something and helped you transform yourself, which I know you already know that. But I'm just saying it, okay? He is a fire sign of spirituality, and she is a water sign of feelings and spirituality. The eagle denotes allegiance and priority. The Hebrew character Zain is the symbol of sword. It's a very beautiful and very telling picture. Are you missing out on not having a partner? I wouldn't say you're missing out. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Yes. But this is all for a purpose, and this is all because you are being transformed by a partner. And your relationship right now is not the focus. And that's what Spirit says here. Spirit wants you to trust in this single plan, whether it is because you are physically single or because you're feeling like you want to get away and do things on your own. Because a lot of you guys may feel like you want to do things on your own. If you're coming into the reading and you're happily married and you're an earth sign and life is, going pretty good, it's not that bad, or you're a fire sign and you're coming in and you're feeling good about yourself, this may not fit for your life. I don't want to be dishonest in a reading and try to fit everyone, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm glad if some of these messages touch you. If that's you, that's great. Take what resonates for you. But the majority of this reading and the essence of this reading, to be very frank and honest, is we are dealing with an air sign, whether tropical or Vedic, that may very well have energy of Gemini, Libra, Cancer, or Taurus. And this person is most likely a female or a feminine energy. And this person is currently single or heartbroken over a separation. And this person is feeling overwhelmed and is wearing a happy mask. Okay? So that is the real truth of the reading. If you are a male watching this, it may or may not resonate. But if you are a male watching this and you resonate with a feminine energy, then this may very well resonate with you, okay? But I just want to be super explanatory here in the beginning of this reading so you can get the gist of what's happening in this reading, so you don't feel like I need to jump all over the place for everybody, because that's not what I'm going to do, okay? Anyways, so I got that. That's what Spirit sees. Bottom of the deck is the Prince of Pentacles. And what I'm hearing is the Prince of Plenty. There is a message of growth coming in for you. This may be slow, but this is growing. This may be a message that feels like you're going to be a skeleton by the time you get it, but it's going to show up. This is a promise. This is something you can see, hear, taste, touch, feel. All the 5 senses. I don't know if I named all of them. But this is something physical. And Spirit says you may not see it right now because it's a seed. But the steps are already in action. They've already started to be taking root. The Ace of Pentacles is a seed. It's the birth of something physical. And then you have to plant the seed. And it's in the dark and it's in the dirt and you have to water it and you have to wait. Well, this is a step above the Ace of Pentacles. That part of the act of this new beginning has already been done. The seed planting is finished. The watering and the waiting is finished. This is a sprout. It may not be a very hardy harvest or a very hardy plant. It may right now have 1 stem and 1 leaf. And you're like, that's not much of a plant. I know. It's probably not much of a plant right now, but it will become more. Right now, whatever it is that you've done with yourself, it may not be much. You may have maybe been extremely overweight and you just started working out. Maybe you lost a pound or like 5, You still haven't dropped a size. You still haven't even dropped a size yet. But you feel better. You have more energy. That's the Prince of Pentacles. You may not see the whole fruition of all your work yet. That's going to come later. But you've already started to feel the growth. If it is coming out of depression, you may not be fully healed. You may not be up on cloud 9 every day and just doing your best and kicking ass and taking names. But you may be getting out of bed, making your bed, having a cup of coffee or treating yourself to a nice breakfast and taking a walk and feeling better. That is the Prince of Pentacles. It's the start. If you're grieving over the loss of a loved one due to a death or a separation or some sort, you may not be completely feeling great again and back on the horse again, but you're not in bed anymore crying all day. You're not stuffing yourself in a dark corner, and you're not avoiding people. It is the start of getting dressed, looking nice, making your bed, smiling, maybe laughing at a show that you just watched, because after a death, you think you're never going to laugh again. I have to tell you, you are going to laugh again. And it's that first laugh after the grief. That's a Prince of Pentacles. The first laugh after a grief. So this is what Spirit sees. He sees that you are coming out of something and you do have a new beginning, okay? This is going to move forward very strongly. Taurus is here to say, I absolutely want to move this forward and keep going. Even though I'm a little bit sad and overwhelmed, I really want to be better. And Spirit says this, guess what? You're going to have your 10 of Pentacles someday. Okay? You're going to have that dream. You're going to have it. You're going to have that house that you've been pining for. You're going to have that peace that you've been wanting. You're going to have that marital partner or that committed partner that is out there for you. You're not going to always be alone. You're going to have this. You're going to have stability. You're going to have money. You're going to have happiness. You're going to have longevity. You're going to have your health back. You're going to get your body back. You're going to be good again. Absolutely. So Spirit wants you to trust. Trust and have faith that this seed is growing. Give it some time. So we're going to read trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. The earth can be a tricky place, but you have been given a tool to help you navigate through murky waters, your intuition. You must learn to tell the difference between ego and self-talk and soul talk. And then you should trust your soul. Once you get into the habit of following this intuition, you will come to practice discernment a lot. You will be able to know if a person or a situation can be trusted. But it all begins with listening to this inner voice. Exercise it like a muscle, and when you determine that it's always right, that wisdom will spread out through your body and start to influence everything that you do. Decisions will seem easier, and your soul only wants what's best for you. So you've got to learn to start to trust it. All right. So now I'm going to get a message from your ancestors. And I'm going to pull a special deck out for that. Let me grab that one. Okay, hang on a second. I'm grabbing it. Guys are like, Steph, hurry up. Hurry up, Steph. I know. Oh, crap. That's why I'm not trying to hurry, because crap like that happens. Just knocked over all my cards. Let me grab them. Okay. Almost. Okay. All right. I got it. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So I got the Akashic Tarot, and I want you to kind of tune into your ancestors. You know who your ancestors are. You know where they came from. You know where your biology is from. But also think about past lives, you know. But connect with your ancestors, okay? Because they've been through so much. They always have so much to teach us. They have reincarnated many, many times. They've experienced a lot. They've seen world changes. We're just new. We're just starting to experience some world changes. So they've witnessed a lot, and they have access to your Akashic records. Spirit, please give me a message from the ancestors. Ancestors, what can you tell us today about self? Tell me in these cards, ancestors. Tap into these Akashic records. And the deck I chose to use, guys, is the Akashic records, the Akashic Tarot. Bottom of the deck is Loving Elementals in reverse, which is 3 of Roses, which is 3 of Cups. So it's in reverse. And there's a beautiful little child with fairies. Interesting. So bottom line, bottom underall overall energy from the ancestors is they see that you are not happy, that you're not serving your inner child, that you're not connecting to Mother Earth. You have let Mother Earth slip away. Maybe you moved away to a big city and you have not spent time in nature. Maybe you used to live in the mountains and now you live in the plains somewhere and you just don't feel like you can connect like you used to the brooks and the creeks and the trees and the rocks and the mountains. Maybe you feel disconnected. Maybe you've moved away from your ancestral place. Maybe it was in another country and you feel completely disconnected from your ancestors because you've moved so far away. You don't feel like you can connect to them. But it doesn't matter where you are. Just sitting in the sunlight on grass is enough. Under a tree is enough to reach out spiritually in those Akashic records and touch base with where you came from. So the message from your ancestors is intricacies and industry. Your ancestors had to work very hard for very little, and they were happy with very little. Many of them didn't have palaces, mansions. Many of them had a humble abode, just a humble, small home with a fireplace, okay, and a nice table, a bed, which you would hope was comfortable, and the necessities, maybe a rocking chair if they were lucky, maybe a nice front porch. They had sunshine and trees and lots of nature, a lot more nature than we have today. And they had to work very hard to give you the comforts that you have today. Air conditioning, ice, drywall, okay? Freaking comfortable clothes, because God, if there's one thing I didn't want that the ancestors had, it's uncomfortable clothes. I'm so glad that we have yoga pants. Thank you, Stretch. I feel so bad for the ancestors that they did not have comfortable clothing. I assure you they didn't. I assure you that their shoes were not very comfortable. Most likely it wasn't. So your ancestors want to give you a message that they grew up and lived in a time where comfort was nature. The warmth of the sun, the softness of the ground on grass, the peace of the night and the stars and the birds that would sound off at night, the moonlight, the warmth of a fire, and the warmth of soup, most likely, going down your belly. Okay, down to your belly. Those were their comforts, but more importantly, the ancestors want you to know this, and I know you don't want to hear it, but the ancestors did have a partner. Marriage is seeming to be a thing of the past. But your ancestors want you to know that back then, marriage was more than just attraction and sex and romance. It was more than just a deal that you make with somebody for money or resources or just to survive, even though that was a majority of marriage, was survival. But they want you to know that a lot of your ancestors there in the past said that marriage was a friendship and it was a commitment. And they had a friend for life. And if you connect with your ancestors, maybe you think of your great-grandparents or your great-great-great-grandparents, they valued their spouse more than a lover, but as a friend, or just even as a partner, someone that worked towards a mutual goal, which was comfort, peace, health, and some happiness. So your ancestors want you to know that you have to work on relationships. You need to cultivate them. They're saying that a lot of times today, people just expect relationships to work like clockwork. That you see someone, you're attracted, you fall in love, and it's magic, it's fireworks, and the love is just the glue that keeps you together. And that sounds like a romance novel, says the ancestors. It sounds like a romance novel. The reality of keeping a relationship through longevity is, number one, honoring your commitment to that person. There's no back door. There's no, maybe I can get out of this in 20 years. There's no anything. It's, this is the person. I have committed to them. That's a promise and that's an oath. And they honored it. I'm not saying that everyone was always fidelious, but I'm saying that the ancestors honored that commitment and they did not leave their partner high and dry. And the ancestors are really connecting today with relationships. I don't know why, but with the lovers and the message that's coming across, even with Ten of Pentacles, the ancestors are saying they do see that you are sad because you don't have a partner. They also see that you're disconnected from your ancestry. But more than just the ancestry, it's your history. It's where people came from and what we stood for. And family values. Relationships require work. And it's not always work on the home. It's work on yourself. And so there may be some Virgo energy coming in, some self-criticism, which is, did you lose yourself in a commitment? Did you stop cultivating you? Your ancestors took care of themselves. They took care of their teeth, their hair, their clothes, their body. They didn't just drop the ball. They took care of themselves for their partner. That's part of a relationship. It's not just working on the house or working to put food on the table. It's working on yourself. And that may be something that you're going through and dealing with right now, is you forgot to work on yourself. You were so focused on work, or you were so focused on the kids or the home, you know, but self was not on the menu. And your ancestors said that's a very important part of it. But it's also devotion to the other person, of course. What the ancestors are also saying is that this is a time of celebration. Because one thing that you have that your ancestors didn't have is a lot of comfort, but also a lot of independence. That people in this day and age can survive on their own and they can be happy on their own. And your ancestors said that's not something that was available to them. In their days, they didn't really have that option, that choice. So what they're saying is there needs to be a healthy balance in this day and age. Take the truth of the past and cultivate it into today, but also take that independence and happiness and comfort of today and use it in your relationships as well. So I think this time of self is knowing self-worth, loving yourself and understanding yourself, and being able to work very hard on your goals, your body, your spirit, your happiness, your joys, and that's going to take some cultivation. You're going to have to go farm, okay? Literally, you're not like literally on a farm, but you're going to literally have to go right now after this reading and start taking physical action, Taurus Virgo energy, on working really hard at building a life that makes you happy and giving yourself a body that makes you happy so you can attract that soulmate partner to you. Because by doing that, they will come. And what I'm hearing is kind of like the Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner, I think it was. If you build it, they will come. And everyone thought he was crazy and stupid. He was a farmer. He had a cornfield. He took down some of his cornfield and he started to make a baseball field because he was seeing ghosts. He was seeing all the greats of baseball and they wanted to come play on his field and no one believed him. They thought he was losing it. His wife thought he was losing it. But he knew he wasn't, and so he built the field, and if you sat on the if you sat on the benches and you watched the field at sunset, you were able to see all the greats of baseball, including Babe Ruth, make it to the field and play ball. What I'm saying is, not everyone is going to see what you see, and that's okay. It's not their place. But if you start to build your body and you start to build your life and your home and your joy and your happiness up, if you build your life to the Empress energy of happiness, your emperor, your mate, your lover, your other half will come. Build it, and he or she will come. And that is a message here from your ancestors. The next card that I got earlier that just kind of came out is Four of Keys. Clearing the way. I love it. So if there's something that has stopped you or has been an obstacle, it could be, who knows, financial, physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever block was stopping you from this path to your home, to your happiness, to your place of peace, there is a way that is being cleared. And give me a second, guys. I hear my son. I don't know if he's happy or sad. There's something going on. Matt? Matt? What's going on? Don't call me poop. Where's Suma? Come down here with him. Fine. Don't do anything bad. Okay. All right. Build it and they will come. So something is being cleared. The ancestors say that there is a path being made. So they are clearing the way. Something is clearing the way. Are you ready? Whew. Okay. And I like that it's upright. Thank God. So guys, a man and a woman have taken their carriage down a trail that cuts through a forest and continues to their beautiful home in the distance. A large downed tree lies before them, blocking their path. However, the young man carries an axe and is ready to clear the way. This card is a strong signal that it's time to take significant action and remove an obstruction in your way. It may be in your personal life, in a relationship, at work, or with a creative project. But you must be clear-headed and be sure to temper your action with a calm and forethought. If you are too urgent and excitable, you may waste your energy or even cause damage on the other hand. If you're overly gentle and cautious, you won't clear the way completely. Be determined and strong as you work to remove the obstacle that blocks your steps. With time and attention, the way to your dreams will be open. Wow, we talked about a field of dreams. The way to your dreams will be open. So hang on, guys. I'll be right back again. What is going on? Sorry, guys. My son had me running up and down the stairs. Whew. Good Lord. Get my break. Had to run up, get him something, run down, get him something, run it back up. Sorry, guys. A little intermission there. Whew. Okay. So, we're going to read Seven of Scrolls. Thank you, Jasmina, for saying I'm a good mom. Appreciate that. Okay, So the intricacies in industry from your ancestors. Work on a Renaissance cathedral has just begun. So we're probably talking about your ancestors from the Renaissance period. At first, this building seems modest, but in time there is a grandeur will reach several stories high across the centuries. But right now, just piles of stones rock and dot the scene. A mason bends, focusing intently on a plumb bob that hangs next to a practically partially built wall. This instrument helps him determine if the wall is straight and true. At a very basic level, this card could indicate building or renovating a home or business. So your ancestors probably see you renovating. Are you renovating your home? Are you renovating your yard? Are you building something onto your home? You might pick up a skill. So if you have a skill for building or creating or remodeling, know that your ancestors probably helped you inherit that skill. And believe it or not, what your ancestors learn does pass down through the centuries, through your DNA to you. There is body memory. So that comes in like you have a gift. You might have a gift for painting or a knack for, hanging pictures or a knack for, I don't know, like doing woodwork. Okay, or blacksmithing. Who knows what, okay? But either way, it says your ancestors helped you inherit that gift. So say thank you because it's from them. You're on your way to greatness, but it requires attending to even the tiniest in particulars. True Virgo energy, be diligent with the specifications in your strategy. And please pay considerable attention to detail and follow through. While you may have long-term goals in mind, the small steps are what's important now. I'm sorry, I have to stop because I have clairvoyant messages coming in, and it's visions. The first vision I saw was somebody connecting to an ancestor that was of Native American ancestry, and I saw teepees, and I did see the leather of it, and I saw the paintings on it, and I saw smoke, and I saw trees, but I saw a lot of leather work, brown, okay, earthy tones, a lot of brown. So I also saw the energy of trees. I think somebody that may be renovating or doing something with their home, if you're connected with Native American ancestors, you want to bring nature in the home. And I think that's part of your ancestry coming in. You want to associate sage and maybe pictures of mountains or, scenery like that, or maybe even Native American pictures. Furs, maybe something you're attracted to, any kind of fur, and leathers. So that textile, that kind of look may be something that somebody's renovating, and it's you're tuning into your ancestry there. The other ancestry I got, which was kind of strange, but it popped up just right afterwards. The other vision I got was Indian, from India. Okay, and I saw an altar, a wooden altar with carved wood and like a little box and pink and purple glass inside the box. And I saw little golden little incense things with the smoke coming out of it. And I don't know, I just saw this visions of lots of colors, purples and pinks mostly, oranges, okay, was really vibrant on this altar. And so somebody may be connecting with their ancestry, if it's Hindu or if it's Indian from India, something like that, maybe even Tibetan or Thai or something, but connecting with that, and that may be an ancestry also that you have. The other vision that I had was just the true Renaissance from Italy. And the energy of Italy was the vibrant purples and yellows, and the flags across the town, and the bricks, and the paved roads. You know what I mean? They're like cobblestones, okay? and just the bricks of the buildings and how they looked so nice. And in the middle of this sunny little town was a fountain, just a little fountain. And it was just the hustle and bustle of trading eggs and goods and meat and furs and, you know, cloth and breads. And so if you're connecting with your ancestry from Italy, you may be picking up a Renaissance vibration of like a France and Italy, European kind of thing of barter. And so I'm seeing fresh eggs, fresh herbs, maybe a garden. Maybe you're doing a French landscape or an Italian landscape in your backyard, or maybe you're bringing that into the kitchen. But I feel like your ancestors are just saying that they're here and they see you still tying to your roots. They're also showing me somebody making homemade pasta. And that's something they did many, obviously, centuries ago, that the homemade pasta. It's just egg and flour and whatever, but I'm seeing it turn yellow, and I'm seeing somebody roll it out and cut strips and make little balls, okay? That's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing somebody make homemade bread, which is, it can go back many centuries, but homemade bread has been a staple in all of our lives. And your ancestors are saying that even though your work and your home, your cars and your movement of travel don't relate to them, you still carry many traditions. Storytelling and cooking is one of them. And even though your homes look very different than what they looked like back then, you still bring an element of them into your home. And so they're telling me that if you bring pictures of your ancestors or just something that reminds you of where you came from, it's like inviting them in your home. And they'll help you cook, and they'll help you be creative, and they'll help you ground, and they'll help you find yourself. Because for some people, finding yourself is finding where you came from. So maybe connecting to Ancestry.com might be a thing, but always to connect to your roots, connect where you came from, okay? Anyways. Sorry, but those visions came to my mind when I was reading. Be diligent with the specifications of your strategy. Pay considerable attention to the details. And while you have a long-term goal in mind, the small steps are what's important now. Even more magnificent cathedrals were built stone by stone, day by day. It is only by heaping up the small that the great can be achieved. Oh, I got chills. And that's why I was seeing the bricks in Europe, and that's what's going on with these bricks. Take it moment by moment, day by day, brick by brick. Just breathe. Today is a good day. You did something prosperous. Sorry guys, I really can't talk. Mercury hates me right now in retrograde. And if you have to tell yourself on a vision board or somewhere, brick by brick, day by day, moment to moment, that's fine. But take it slow. Don't expect this cathedral to be built tomorrow. Don't expect you to find this lifelong soulmate tomorrow. It's about perfecting yourself, loving yourself, working on yourself, breathing, working, doing, living, finding joy, and repeat. It's chop wood, carry water right now. That's what this energy is. I need you to just focus on your schedule. So if you guys don't have a schedule, maybe get one. Order one online or go to Target or whatever. Just find a schedule, write it down from morning to evening, and try to keep it. Your ancestors want you to connect more with schedule because your ancestors worked very hard on a schedule, and it really helped them have peace with their daily life and be in the present moment. So anyways, be in the present moment, message from the ancestors, keep working at it. Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? And this love relationship isn't going to be built in a day either, okay? So just keep working on yourself. All right, let's move on here. Whee! All right, let's get the hidden truth that you are afraid to admit to yourself. What is some of the hidden truth that self is afraid to admit. What is the hidden truth? What is it that we need to know and acknowledge and say? Uh-oh, you're not going to want this message. It was my fault, but I blamed you. That's a hard one. Isn't that a hard pill to take? It was my fault, but I blamed you. You know what that says to me for self? Personal responsibility. If you've already taken personal responsibility, that's wonderful. You are a step ahead. If you have not yet taken responsibility, now's the time. I want you to just take a long breath in and tell yourself that in some way, somehow, your experience with this relationship, not your whole life, but your relationship, was because you knew exactly what you were doing and you were doing it anyways. You fell in love with somebody that wasn't whole, but you fell in love anyways. You opened your heart up to someone that wasn't ready for true love and commitment, but you did it anyways. The person that you ended up with led you astray, and you knew it, but you continued down that path with him or her anyways. Now, of course, you were hoping it would change. You were hoping that they could turn out to be the best version of their best selves with your help. You were hoping that they would be all they were possible and capable of being in your presence. But the point is, they weren't ready and you knew it. So in essence, it is your fault that things ended up the way they did. I'm not saying all the dirty details, but I'm saying your conscience and your gut and your intuition and your knowing, you knew that this person that you wanted to be with was a broken little bird. And because you have a good heart, you patched up their wing, you gave them a splint, you bandaged up their little hurt wing, all the while your wing was broken. You had a broken wing. And you saw yourself in another's soul. You saw your brokenness. You saw your pain and your need and your sadness in another person. And you loved them because that was the only way that you could learn to love yourself, by loving them, by loving all their faults, their lies, their laziness, their inconsistency, their lack of follow-through. Who does that sound like? It sounds like self. Okay? Lack. You loved the lack in another because you were trying to love yourself. And do you see? That's why they're your soulmate. That's why they were brought on your path. Everything that you overlooked in that other's soul were things that you didn't notice was wrong with you. If your person needed to heal family wounds, so did you. If your person had father or mother issues, so did you. If your person had an issue with commitment and being responsible with it, possibly so did you. If your person struggles on being a good parent, maybe the truth is, so do you. And it's this moment, this Queen of Swords in reverse now needs to go upright. Aha, clarity, Ace of Swords, star moment. And it's like, whoa, they are my person. They're my person. There's so many things in me and them. No wonder I love them. No wonder I feel bonded to them. No wonder I feel yin and yang to them. They're me. Except I loved them more than I loved me. I forgave them more than I forgave me. I saw all they could be, but I didn't think I could be much. I saw their wins, but I looked at my fails. I saw their needs, but neglected mine. That is the moment of truth, and that is the yin and yang. Bottom of the deck, you and I were too young, and I don't mean years in age. I mean your soul was too young on this planet at this time to understand that. I think this is a moment for us to be grateful that we are fully aware and that Spirit is giving us a message that in this lifetime, we get it. And we get it that self-love is really, really, really important. We get it. And so we're going to stop blaming other people, especially a partner, for a failed relationship. We're going to start looking and taking responsibility itself and saying, truth be known, I knew a lot of this, but I knew it on the inside. And because it wasn't something you could see, taste, hear, feel, or touch, or whatever, it was not a 5 sense thing, I placed blame on the physical 5 sense thing, but I didn't place blame on the spiritual inside thing that can't be seen. And the true awakening is that. It's the introspection. It's the things you can't see, hear, taste, feel, or touch. Okay? So anyways, that is an enlightening moment, and that is the hidden truth of something we need to acknowledge, is that it's not their fault. Yes, they may have done terrible things to you, and that is not excusable. I'm not saying that they get a green card to just walk all over you and get away scot-free with everything they've done. And I'm not saying it is all your fault, but I'm saying it's a moment of introspection to just say, you know what? I knew what you were and who you were when I met you, but I chose to set that little truth down and live a lie.
I want ice cream.
Well, I don't have any.
I want ice cream.
Well, then we'll go later and get some. We have popsicles.
I want ice cream.
Well, we'll go pick a popsicle. That's what I have.
But I want ice cream.
Well, I'll get you some ice cream later, but all I have is popsicles right now. We're going to get a message from your partner. Okay. So a message from your partner is this. I want to fix this. Okay? They don't want your soulmate connection to be damaged for eternity. Okay? They don't want to walk away and just go, well, there goes that one, missed opportunity. Your soulmate does want to fix your guys' brokenness. They just don't know how, but they do want to. The other message from your person is, honey, I loved you then, broken. I love you still, broken. I always have, and I always will, because that's a true soulmate. Your soulmate's gonna love you, broken or not, but they're teaching you that that self-love is necessary. And the only way that these two soulmates in separation are going to heal and have that enlightenment and that fixing is by being alone. because maybe you wouldn't hit the gym if you were with them. Maybe you wouldn't go on those walks or those runs in the mountains if you were with them. Maybe you wouldn't take those drives at night if you were with them. Maybe you wouldn't journal if you were with them. Maybe you wouldn't meditate as much, or make homemade pasta, or redo your house, or go on that road trip if you were with them. Maybe you wouldn't discover all these things about you if you were with them. So we are taking this separation to love self. Also, bottom of the deck, the karmic is finding out the truth. If there is a third-party situation or there's another person involved, the message is that the karmic on the outside is learning who your person is at a soul level. They're finding out the truth of the lies and deceptions that have been between everybody. They're learning the truth about your person and the truth about you and your person's situation that was probably very secretive and not talked about. So if there was a third-party person, just know that all in divine timing, that karmic person is going to learn what you've learned about that person, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Bottom of the deck is turning heads and feeling good. All right, you guys need to start doing that. You need to start going to the gym, eating healthy, going on the beach, soaking up some sun, getting a nice glow. Hello, happy. Hello, happy self. It's time to do that. And so you guys are going to focus on that. What is the hidden truth about your person that you don't know? What is the hidden truth about your person that you don't know? Show me the hidden truth, Spirit. Show me the hidden truth. Show me the hidden truth. I remember every detail that day. This is going to be for someone that you believe your person does not remember your fight, doesn't remember the promises they made you, doesn't remember the tear in your eye, the time of day, the look on your face, the things that you did that day, the moment that all this went down. You may think, oh, my partner doesn't even care. They forgot all about it. They don't even have a memory. They don't even recollect the energy of that day. They could care less. They could care less. The hidden truth is your person actually remembers every detail that day and has just been quiet about it. Bottom of the deck is so many things remind me of you. And that's for both of you. If you think that you can just walk out of a soulmate connection and forget all about the other person and stop remembering where you met, what you guys like to do, where you guys went to a lot, what your favorite shows were, your laugh, the way they felt next to you. If you think they just forgot, moved on, you're wrong. It wouldn't be a soulmate connection if that was the truth. And from what I'm seeing, this is a soulmate connection. Okay, so anyways, focusing more on yourself, because this is a self reading. We're going to get back into that. I just wanted to touch on some of the emotions that Spirit sees with you, which is this partnership issue, okay? And Spirit's like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We are slowly but surely recovering and getting our happy back. And I really think that's what your story is about, single person, is getting your happy back. Let's get a true love oracle. What is true love for the self? What is true love for the self? Show me true love for the self. Oop, and it fell on the floor. Weird message. True love for the self is one-sided. It's not in a bad way. True love for you is being one-sided. You need to block them out. It's not about them. It's not about their healing. It's not about their parents. It's not about their story. It's not about their feelings. It's not about how they feel about what happened between you guys, okay? True self-love is you cutting them out of the picture and being very one-sided, focusing on you and only you, not worrying about anything else. Bottom of the deck is healing. And you have to take a step out and a breath of fresh air. Put a sunflower in your hat or your hair. Sit in a field of daisies. Forget about their issues and love you and yours. You are going to be fine. Honestly, you're going to heal and you're going to grow better than before. You are going to be a vibrant, hearty soul. A vibrant, hearty soul. Spirit, where is the self headed? Show me where self is headed into healing, transformation, joy, self-love, rebirth. The true love and the truest love of all. Self-love. Spirit, show me where the self is headed. Balance. Libra energy. Bottom of the deck is activation. And this herb is called yerba mate, which is odd because it talks about mate. Anyways, just saying. Balance, the two. Passion flower. You're balancing and finding harmony in your life. Okay? You are headed for balance. This is your healing. God dang, what were you so out of whack with, right? You're like, God, Steph, I need to slap myself. Seriously. I was slacking. I was slacking on self-love. I wasn't into me. I wasn't fully into me. And I think that's what you have to tell yourself. I want to be fully into me. I want to be passionate. I want to get a canvas and paint all the colors and just something magnificent. I want to get on the laptop and write the best amazing books. I want to garden, and have the most amazing peaceful place where I could just go in the backyard and sit down and have a glass of wine and just sit in the ambiance of fresh tomatoes and cilantro and jalapenos. Like, I just want that, right? And it's like, maybe I just want to sit in the sun on the beach with a big sunflower hat and tan for all day and just soak up the sun. Maybe I want to soak in a bubble bath outside. Maybe, have you ever seen those baths that they put outside? They do it in warmer states like Georgia or actually warm states where you can actually have a bathtub outside. I've always wanted one. I can't do that in Colorado, but that would be so nice. But I've always imagined what it would be like to have a bathroom where you could just see the stars and sit in your bath from outside. That'd be so cool. But, maybe that's your dream. I don't know. Look, I'm just saying, whatever it is, like, enough. Enough. So the card says, a return to center is needed, and it's also being offered. Guys, have you taken something too far, or maybe not reached out enough? Now is the time to come back to a more harmonious and even place. Stability is what it should be, focused on at the moment. And rash actions and decisions are to be tempered. Put them on the back burner for now. Now is not the time to take a risk, but rather to step back and just see what transpires. You may find you need to get more rest in some way or a retreat. All right. Passion flower, we shall listen to you, my dear. All right, so now I'm going to get a message for your soul. Spirit, give me a message for the self, for the soul. What does the soul need to know? What does this beautiful, beautiful soul need to know? Literally, I got this yesterday. I don't want to pull it again. But if Spirit wants me to have it out there, well, damn it, I'm going to have it out there. The other card that came out was She Who Yearns, Desiree, yearn, longing, and pine for. Okay, so I've got two of them. They came out. It's a yin-yang energy. I'm just going to take it. Maybe one's for your person and one's for you. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. We got two of them. These messages are going to be what your soul needs to know.
Did you say 4 or 4:30?
4:30, but 4 is fine. We're going to go soon anyways. You can go with Brandon and Kaylin to Grandma's if you want.
I was talking about penny boarding with Maggie longer.
Well, you can go a little longer. Are they still in the car?
No, they already got them.
Okay, well then it's not a problem. It's over. All right. Okay, sorry. Lost my train of thought. Where's the book? Breathe. Where's the book? Okay. You guys are like, Stephanie, we just got that freaking card yesterday. Why did we get it again? I know, but this is for your soul, okay? So we're just going to take it. I love this card. She's beautiful, by the way. This is fall energy. And by the way, the fall leaves in her hair, it represents letting go. So just the image alone is let it go, okay? Let something go. Secrets, confessions, and confidant is seen with Consia. All right? Consia, she who whispers, knows how to keep a secret. You won't pry anything from her lips. She is the quintessential vault that holds all the lies and truths of the world. In her hair has a beautiful smoky quartz headdress, which helps her remove negative energy. In fact, it is said to transform it into positive energy. It is her role to hear all the confidences of those who come to her. Consia is Latin for confidant, never judges. She just simply listens. This card reveals that all of us have secrets. It may be time for you to release yours now, especially if it's become a burden. If you are concerned about being judged, look into your own heart first for compassion. Sometimes we convince ourselves that our secrets are so dark, no one should hear them. When we expose them to the light, we may discover others with the same fear. If someone has entrusted you with their secrets, honor their confidence. There needs to be some forgiveness, because if you've ever exposed somebody else's secrets, you may have guilt. And even if you can never talk to that person again, I want you to write down on paper, I am sorry that I said these things. I learned my lesson, and I deeply apologize. And if there was a way that I could change the fact that I even talked about it, I would. I'm very sorry. And burn it. Let it go with the fall leaves. If that's something that you need to do, do it. If you need to talk to someone, I also saw a vision of a therapist or a counselor. Therapists are better because they actually give you advice. Counselors just listen. So you kind of have to pick who you want. But maybe talking to a counselor or a therapist. Maybe even just talking to me. You can always schedule a reading of some sort and just talk. Get some things off your chest. Get some advice if you need. Get some tarot card readings if you need. Express yourself. If you feel you need to express yourself or some hidden things, go ahead and do it. To a friend, to a counselor, to whoever. Even to just spirit. But I think it would be better if you just actually express it to someone, because it feels like you're being heard. Anyways, so it says for in a journal entry prompts, what are your secrets? B, what would happen if you shared your secrets with other people or just one person? And C, who can you trust with what you value most? So think about that for self, okay? The other one is Desiree. She who yearns. That's the other card we got. Yearn, longing, and pine for. Desiree watches the moon rise. She sheds her robes and ribbons, for they are not needed in the coming dark of night. She will return her laurel wreath with lyre to the sun god Apollo. Her realm is in the mystery of the night. Desiree seeks her divine feminine self in the cycles of the moon. Birds come, winging toward her, little messengers of the moon, carrying the answer she seeks. Desiree teaches us how to fully commit to pursuing our dreams, rather than hope for something. She has begun the process of making her desires real. The message of this card for self is to fully commit to what you want and admit if you are simply stuck in the mode of pining for what you want but not doing anything about it. Your energy is at stake here. Are you going to shed yourself of what you do not need in order to gain what it is you really want? Are you unsure about your yearning? Wishful thinking has its place, such as the Seven of Cups. But now is the moment to drive forward towards your goal or set a new goal aside, because the moon is reachable if you dedicate yourself with the resources necessary. In a journal prompt, ask yourself, how far away, truly, is this thing that you're yearning for? B, are your goals actually realistic? Like, are you imagining yourself going to the moon and you're whatever age? You know what I'm saying? Is it realistic? I mean, I don't know. I guess anything's possible, but you know what I'm saying. C, are you giving up too much or not enough? What is the balance? And I think that is good. And I've had to come to this conclusion many times in my life. Are you giving up too much to make someone else happy? I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. Many, many, many people give too much. You sacrifice your dreams and your desires so somebody else can try to achieve theirs. Okay? It's just something that happens. And you need to stop that. For right now, at least. This is not the time. This is the time to fully go after your dreams and your desires. 100. Okay? You need to go after yours. Don't worry about theirs. Okay. Almost done here. We are going to pull actually, I'm just going to read you an entry from this book because I cannot find my cards. I'm going to shuffle it and just open it to the page that it opens and read it. And I opened it up to the heart transmission, which looks like this. Okay? The heart transmission. Listen, soul. Your heart is capable not of only giving, but receiving love. You're also able to connect to a great network of beings that can resonate in the highest frequencies of divine love. Through your heart, you can receive information and guidance from all these different networks of light that fill out our entire universe. As you learn to open your heart to receiving these transmissions, your ability to work with a group consciousness mind state in a loving way will increase. You shall affect humanity in a loving way, influencing the collective rather than allowing a lower frequency of the collective to influence you. Working with group energy is a leap on the spiritual path with high risk, but also great reward in terms of empowerment to manifest your life mission. The risk with group energy is mitigated when you approach it from the heart rather than from the head. The mind can argue one point of view and then immediately and convincingly argue its opposite. The heart, however, either feels something resonates or doesn't. Whether or not there is either, it feels like a logical explanation needs to be had. The mind can be seduced by those who tell you they have great spiritual power. But this will instantly trigger an intuitive warning bell in your heart. For those with genuine power, do not need to convince the world that they have it. The heart is the key to deciding whether you offer your devotion. When you offer devotion to a group consciousness that loves you unconditionally, your heart feels safe, loved, and an inner knowing of the righteousness of the group that's for you, whether that group exists on the earthly plane or in a spiritual dimension. For as long as it gives you life and broadens your horizons and nourishes your truths and empowers what you live, then your destiny group is serving you. If you do not experience these positive effects, if you start to feel drained, confused, or that your issues are not resolving as you work with this group, listen carefully to your heart and question whether or not this religion or group is needed at this time for you. It may not be the right place or the right time. It is important to also work with groups that can serve you. Although you may love your family or church, for example, they may not be the group that best can serve you. Perhaps those who are open and willing to receive your spiritual gifts are outside your family or church. Perhaps your family can benefit spiritually from you in the role of mother or son or daughter, but not in the role of spiritual mentor. On the other hand, some groups may want to feed off of you like a vampire, but not learn to do so for themselves. They may wish for you to give them the answers to their problems. They may not be willing to develop trust, courage, or confidence and empowerment, which is required to take responsibility for their own relationship with the universe, which is needed to say so they can grow in soul wisdom the same as you through their life experiences. So your heart, dear soul, may guide you to withdraw from your services from such people. Even though you love them and want them to grow, it may not be this right time and place. Your heart is going to guide you to operate differently with different people. You may be guided to explore hobbies or interests that lead you to the next group that your presence can assist. The heart will also guide you when it's time to move on, even from relationships. The transmission of the heart gives a truthful assessment of the interaction and frequency with the frequency of a group. You have to say to yourself and ask, is it mutually raised? Then this spiritually constructive connection can be said. Will it be diminished? This will not be so helpful. The heart empowers you to know when to work with others, for how long, and in what way. Trust it. The more you do, the more groups which can bring great benefit to you and the planet will show up in your life. There's an invocation that you can say. There's an invocation that you can say to your heart and say, I have gratitude for the heart transmission that guides me through this universe with love and consciousness. And I know that I can best serve the greatest good and my own destiny by listening to it. I today ask for protection and insight and clear knowing and clear feelings to guide me through the way of many groups that I will love and work with spiritually in this lifetime. May all my group work and involvements be constructive. May love, light, and power increase upon me and through me for this earth work. may be big and grand with all the group work that I do, blessed by grace. May the unconditionally loving ones help all groups and endeavors attain spiritual success through my own free will and divine love. So be it. That's really wishing the best for everyone. And that just sounds so good. So you guys are definitely going to be rearranging your groups. Whoops. So you guys may have some friends right now that you're getting distant from, or groups right now that you're distant from, situations, relationships. If you do feel that you are separating yourself from a lover or a group or both, now's the time to do it. And you should listen to your heart. It's not that you hate them or despise them or can't stand them or that you don't like what they do. It's just not serving you right now. So, message to the self. Listen to your heart and trust it. Start doing that more and more and more. So as I'm almost ready for a close, I'm going to get the tarot and just see what's coming up for the self, okay? What is coming up for self? Guess what? This is crazy. This is crazy. You got Page of Pentacles twice. Check it out. Prince of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles are the same thing. This is so crazy. In these decks anyways. So you are moving slowly forward, sweetheart, into this new beginning, okay? And it is picking up the pace. It's not like slower than molasses, okay? It's at a slow, steady pace, but it's at a pace. And it is picking up the pace. So you are moving into a new you and a new beginning. You're going to be working on school, your body. You're going to be studying. You're going to be learning. You're going to be growing. Your mind is going to be expanding. A lot of you guys are going to start gardening. And a lot of you guys are going to start paying attention to the physical world around you, paying attention to feng shui, paying attention to qi energy, paying attention to meditations. You're just going to be paying attention to that, okay? And that's going to be coming up. 2021 is your big year. Your very big year. You have 5 of Pentacles and you have the Sun card. So you're definitely going into what feels like a loss, but it's for the better, okay? So there is some kind of abandonment or suffering, okay, long suffering. There's some pain associated with what's going to be happening 2021 this year for self, okay? You are going through the dark night of the soul, which is a very isolated, alone journey. It's a journey in which you have to be really searching the inside hermit-like and getting your answers that way. But the good news about this 5 of Pentacles is community. And there is a wounded warrior right next to you. So what I'm hearing is you're not going to be alone. Even though you may feel alone in your daily life, there's a friend or a partner or a teacher or a like-minded individual that is on this journey with you and that says, hey, we can do this together. I know you're suffering and I know I'm suffering and life can suck. But if it's going to suck, let's at least give each other some comfort in this cold night, okay? Let's give each other some comfort. So I do see some comfort is going to be given to you, okay? And the sun is going to come out. Sunflowers are going to be something really good for you. If you haven't already decorated with yellow or gone out and gotten some sunflowers, I suggest you to get to the grocery store right now today. Go get yourself some sunflowers, self, because you deserve it. And they're happy to look at and they bring up your mood. You deserve some sunflowers. Stop resisting. 7 of Wands, Temperance. Don't resist the slow healing. Okay, this is in the works. It may take a while, but it's in the works. And don't resist it. Don't resist the need to love yourself more and take time out when necessary. The next one is Wheel of Fortune, the number 10. Major Arcana. Honey, either way, things are moving forward and looking up, okay? You're not going to be here again. You're going to get through this and you're going to change. You're going to be better, stronger, wiser, whole. Let's just say you're going to be whole after this experience. And that is what you need, this Wheel of Fortune. And you're going to get set like clockwork right back onto the correct path for you. And you definitely are going to go into this 10-10 new beginning, 10 of Pentacles, Major Arcana, Wheel of Fortune, number 10, new beginning with a partner. And this time the right partner. Okay, the right partner is going to be there for you at the right time when you're whole. That is a truth. So your plans are going to work out perfectly as long as you are tending to your garden. Tend to your garden, not their garden. Okay? I always take 3 from the top. So I got 10 of Pentacles. I got Prince of Cups. Yes, yes. And I got 5 of Pentacles again. 2 doubles. So yeah, love is not what you want. But again, you're not alone. Look at that picture. You may be suffering in the 5 of Pens, and this card is worry. You may be worried that, am I always going to be alone? No, you're not. You're not always going to be alone. We already talked about that. That is a promise. Queen of Swords goes into 10 of Fire, putting down the burden. Finally seeing your truth. Finally letting it go, not carrying your suffering anymore. Just freeing yourself. Have a burning ritual. Let it go, right? This whole reading. The next one is 8 of Earth. So you're going to work hard. You're going to cultivate. You're going to get your schedule back on track. It's not going to be easy, says 8 of Earth, Virgo vibes. You're going to have to work really hard at this every day. But you want that because you love you and you're worth it. And so your body is going to just transform beautifully, trust me, when all is said and done, because it's going to feel better. It's going to rise to the sun better. It's going to sleep with the moon better. It's going to just feel so much better. Your body is going to feel rejuvenated and like you are 10 years younger. Your body is going to be so happy that you have taken the dis-ease out of it. And that's what you're working on, taking the dis-ease out of you, which has just been worry, stress, and strife. As we part, I'm going to get a fortune cookie message for you and see what is upcoming. Maybe we'll just see how many pop out. I don't know. Oh, well, 1. Shocking! Eye-opening moment of clarity, which is like a tower. Okay, I think this reading was an eye-opening moment of clarity for you on many levels. And you get it now, okay? Bottom of the deck says, time to shine. There are 2 ways to spread the light. Be the flame or be the mirror that reflects it. And the mirror that reflects it is like the moon. You're either going to be the sun and give light to the world, or you're going to be the moon and you're going to reflect that light to the world. Same thing as a mirror, okay? There's just 2 ways to provide this. And I think you guys want to be the sun. I think you want to be the light. You want to be happy. You don't want to be happy for somebody else's happy and mimic their happiness. You want to provide your own, okay? So you go out there and you be the sun. As I close, I'm going to get one more card for you. It's going to be from the Muse, and it was because I couldn't find a better oracle earlier. So I felt called to this one, the Muse Tarot. I know it's tarot, but there's going to be some nice message in here, I'm sure. I just feel it, okay? What is a message final for the soul? Give me a final message, please, for the soul that has really loved this reading. Give me a message for the soul. Give me a message for the soul. Give me a message for the soul. Give me a message for the soul, please. Show me a message for the soul. You're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it. By the way, the one that fell out was the Lover's card. Okay? Which you've gotten twice. Wherever the hell it is. You know it's there, okay? But you got the Lover's card. Again, crazy, right? But the other card that fell out was Five of Materials. And that's crazy because it's another Five of Pentacles. How many Dark Nights of the Soul and Lover's cards are you going to get? You guys are like, Steph, you're freaking me out. No, you guys are freaking me out. Look at this. These are all the same. They're all the same. And it's all worry, and it's all sadness, and it's all stress, and it's all grief, and it's all bad health. Okay, dis-ease. We don't want this. Well, we're going to get a message from this card. Okay? Five of Materials. Hardship, worries about the safety and security of yourself, feelings of being left out, financial difficulties, a health struggle, seeking shelter, and feeling scarcity. The prompt of this card is the Great Hall of Love. The muse spots her sleeping outside the gates of the flow of abundance. She has again cried herself to sleep, believing that she hasn't been granted access to this love, to this happiness, to this abundance, to this joy, to this entrance. She is dangerously close to the edge, and she is wrapped a little bit more than, she is wrapped in little more than a tattered sheet of self-worth and memories of better days. She cries and she holds a tiny little itsy-bitsy light of hope close to her as she sleeps, because that's all she has. That's all she thinks she has. But it is also very dim that the muse wonders if she can still see anything at all. It certainly doesn't look bright enough to light her way into the hall. But look, suddenly, with a helping hand, she nudges a small creature to safety. The muse knows that the entrance is closer than she thinks, and she wants all of us to enter the doorway of abundant well-being. She wants you to ask yourself to accept your worthiness with an open heart and heal the pain and the rift between you and love and wealth and disease, so you can go grab the happiness and the health you desire, but you haven't been experiencing lately. The message of this card is you are never alone. You are never forgotten. You are always welcome in the Great Hall of Love. But it comes with a price. There is a small penance you must pay. There is something you must do, just as walking into a church and giving. You're going to have to leave your worries at the door. You're going to have to forgive yourself. You're going to have to forgive the one that hurt you. You're going to have to let go what is gone and be open to receiving what can come now. That is the small price to pay for entering the Hall of Love. Are you ready to enter this Hall of Love today? To crawl, to walk, or to run towards it? And to say, I'm ready. I'm ready to leave it at the altar. I'm ready to leave my worries and my pain and my stress and my sorrow and my lack of self-worth and my suffering. I'm willing to leave it behind and not dwell another day. I'm done with this pain and suffering, and I'm ready to enter the hall. That's what's being asked. And that is your reading, my loves, and that is why I wanted to pick this beautiful Muse Tarot. Yeah, I didn't read it verbatim, word for word in the book. I added some to it, but it still has the essential message that I wanted to give you, okay? So no more happy mask, okay? No more. You are worth it, period. And you're going to go find that. You are on a journey, Page of Cups. A young soul on the hunt for happiness. And it starts with you. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching this message. I really do hope you find you're happy, okay? Because it's time. It really is time. And it couldn't be better timing because we are soaring into spring. And I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready for the birds. I'm so ready for the flowers. I'm so ready for the spring rain and the thunderstorms that come with it. Yes, I am ready for spring. So get ready, guys. Enjoy this day. We don't know how many more we're going to be given. Make the most of it. And please like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And remember, this love is a journey, not a destination. I can't talk. A destination. So just keep swimming. And besides love, this life is a journey. So same thing. Just keep swimming. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lots of love and light. And enjoy your happy. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, moderators. Thank you all. I hope this was good for you. You guys are so welcome. You got affirmations. I'm so happy you did. And that's wonderful. And I really hope that spirit touched your heart somehow, some way today in this reading. Good luck, guys. I'll see ya.